Y'all come on in for a minute, come on in. I'm not gonna hold y'all all night and all day. But y'all, we we got to talk. Y'all come on in. Come on, quickly to come in. Hit the like button and a lot we need to talk about. We need to talk about two things. Uh uh and then we're gonna move on. But y'all, this evening, we've been discussing the trial since it started, right? Now, it's a lot going on. It's a lot been going on, and y'all got to understand that. See, when them boys took them pleas, when they took them plea deals, agreement from them judges, they didn't keep it. They didn't keep their agreement with the judge. No, they didn't. Their agreement that they had with the judge, they did not do it. Now, Mounk, y'all remember Mounk? Mounk is the oldest of all the YSL boys. But he say he's not YSL, but he hang with them little boys. But his probation was y'all, it nothing funny. Cause he looking sad. His probation was revoked. Okay? I'm gonna keep going. When y'all get a chance, y'all come in here and hit the like button. I gotta go on. I gotta keep rolling. So we I just told y'all the reason why his probation was he had his 5 years probation. And he's sitting up in court like he high. But check this out, y'all. And then y'all men out here, y'all young men out here, I don't know why y'all following the wrong pattern. Hey, baby, you all are following the wrong pattern. Uh, uh, when your mom and your uncle and your dad and your brothers and your deep cousins be trying to tell y'all they don't went to prison, they tell y'all not to be on the phone talking. They tell you what not to be doing on your uh hey, they tell you what not to do with your when you're on probation and everything, and y'all want to get out of jail so bad until y'all sign the agreements, and when y'all sign these agreements, y'all not going by what them y'all told the prosecutors. Now, since the prosecutor can't get at Young Thug, they're gonna take somebody down with them, y'all. Now, Moon Toon, now you heard Miss Love feeling. You heard Miss Love feeling. Her makeup was going all over the place. You heard her feeling. Now, y'all, let's look at this. And then I got another news going. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break this down. Because Moon was one of the YSL. Like I said, he was the oldest one. And he set up in court. He had his attorney with him. And I ain't seen his attorney since they locked him up. I haven't seen him. Okay, so I know that he get his 5 year probation that he have. The judge, only reason why the judge revoked, because the revoked his probation is because of the agreement, his plea agreement, not because she wanted to do it, is because of what uh the prosecutors. He made them, he didn't do what he said he was gonna do. But listen. This is a sad. Y'all need to stay away from the jail. And he mentioned something about like he lied to cause his mama was sick and everybody was sick and all that kind of stuff. So he told me, I'm live, y'all. I'm live. And I don't know why we can't hear it. I don't know why they got it quiet. I don't know why they don't want us to hear it. But when she came in court today, I knew something was wrong. Now I don't know that noise y'all in the background, but I have another. If this news don't work, I have another news for y'all. Okay. I knew something was going on when she came to court this morning. There she go, putting a can against her mouth, ready to drink. Oh, there she go. She done came in there. There go Love done came in her with her with her jacket on. Back in the days like me jacket on. She after you Mounk. You told her, say you don't want my daddy to get on you. The no good, Bonesy. Locking them boys up. Look at her. And y'all, and then they not letting us hear, but I got another news.
All right. This is a probation revocation matter. Put in place.
Oh, come on now. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I want y'all to see the commercial. Y'all, I'm in another thing I'm gonna tell y'all. I try to turn on my
Driving record. Did you know
wait, I want to tell y'all this. I tried to use my StreamYard today, y'all, and my find out from my that I need my internet. They got to do something to my internet, but I did. So like I said, I got tired of using my phone. Now I see why I start using my phone because of my StreamYard. But now I got to do what I need to do. I got to buy something, some speed, something to go to my internet. I don't know.
Yes, Judge. State filed a notice of probation revocation for the defendant as to his violation of the special or a special condition within the sentence that he received from Judge Glanville on December 8th of 2023 as it relates to his reviewing, acknowledging that the factual acknowledgments that were a part of the plea agreement in which he entered into on December 8th of 2023. I have a certified copy of the conviction for Your Honor with a certified copy of the indictment as well as a copy of the
And you know what? That dirty how she did that boy. She went after that boy because he made her look crazy in front of everybody. He made her look crazy out in front of the world. So she had to get him back. That's sad, man. And y'all always talking about somebody else want to see y'all behind bars and your own people want to see you locked up.
transcript of the plea that was taken on December 8th of 2023. An exhibit within that plea transcript is the plea agreement, which includes the sections, I believe it's sections 4 and sections 5 of the plea agreement as it relates to the factual acknowledgments that the defendant swore under oath during the plea that he had reviewed, then initialed each one of the factual acknowledgments, and then signed that he, again, understood and reviewed each one of the acknowledgments that he initialed as part of the special conditions of his plea, that when called to testify, if called to testify, that the specific factual acknowledgments within the plea agreement were true.
Well, y'all, I didn't mean to stop him. But you know what kills me? You know what I don't like? Now they have the state has made so many unintentionally mistake in this trial. And the judge didn't do nothing but say that they didn't mean to make that mistake. But y'all sending these boys back to jail because you didn't win? And stop trying to pretend that he didn't he he violated the plea agreement. What did he not do? what he didn't get he didn't want to go back to jail. So now if they doing him like that, would it need to be locked up too? Would it need to be locked up just as well as this man too?
And that would be the testimony that he would provide as it relates to his witness testimony during the trial of this case. So I would present to the court State's Exhibits 1 and 2, as well as a USB drive of the defendant's testimony on day 124, 125, 126, and I think 127, Your Honor, but all of the defendant's testimony can be found on State Exhibit 3. As everyone is aware, Your Honor witnessed it and can take judicial notice of everything that occurred during the testimony in which Mr. Sledge did testify. And I believe the court during, I think it was day 125, helped direct the defendant to sections 4 and 5 of the plea agreement during the testimony.
Well, if y'all gonna wait a minute, hold up. What? And so this is how we doing these boys. Just because now see, this not right. This is what this here is telling me that now if you don't do what I say do, you're gonna go down just like Mounk. That's what this is telling me. You're gonna go down just like Mounk. Them boys should have just stayed in jail. They didn't have no job. Went head on and did their whole time, they full time, and stayed out the way. Instead of getting out, going to court, sitting up there, going against what your plea deal. Man, this a mess here. Ain't this a trap? And y'all wonder why people from Atlanta sometimes have attitudes and want to stay away from the courts. You want to stay away from the courts. That lady sitting back there mad at Mounk. Now, is she upset with Mounk like this? Like I said, you next. All y'all other boys who took that stand and y'all lied on Young Thug, all of y'all about to go back to jail. All of y'all. And y'all keep saying Woody ain't gonna go back to jail. Shoot. They about to do 403, 413, 411. They're gonna do anything they can to get him locked up. I'm telling y'all, I told y'all this.
Read and 2.
Hold on, y'all. Let me put it big so y'all can see it.
Go one by one and acknowledge or disavow is the only word I can really think as to being no longer true, and testifying under oath that he was violating the special conditions of his probation, Your Honor. So this time I would tender State Exhibits 1, 2, and 3 for the court.
All right, I'm not quite sure I understand what 3 is.
3 is a USB drive with all of the testimony of the defendant. If Your Honor wants to preview it or wants to be part of the record.
Is that from the official transcript?
Well, it's the YouTube link, the live stream of all of the...
Okay, I'll just take judicial notice of it. I mean, if you want to make an exhibit.
What? Are you serious? So this is about him and the prosecutor? And then you're going to promote and you're going to revoke. I'm sorry. What? Y'all cut it. Y'all need to cut it. Jesus. Whoa.
Fine, but I'm not going to be relying on that. Since, as you know, it's only the official transcript that is the official transcript anyway, but I was here and witnessed it, so I will take judicial notice of it.
Yes, I'm very much aware of that. The transcript obviously is not ready as we're still in the midst of the trial.
Right.
I didn't want to overwhelm the court reporter who's been doing nothing but probably working hardest out of everyone in the courtroom. So I knew Your Honor to take judicial notice.
So, wait a minute. So y'all slowed the RICO trial down to go to lock up the lock. Y'all slow the RICO trial down. That what you been doing, me love. That what you been doing, me love. Golly. You slowed the RICO down to go chase out the moon too. Lord help me, Jesus. And then he gonna talk about he don't have the original transcript because he didn't want to mess with the court. I thought we were focusing on the RICO. So we focused on locking up everybody that went against Miss Love and made her look crazy in front of the world. That's what about to happen. That's what about to happen. Okay. That's how we doing this trial. This how we doing. This not even a RICO no more then. Hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep hearing that thing. But I'm thinking about Moon Toon. When y'all see Moon Toon, look like he about to cry. Hold up.
While Trump brags about
Moon Toon look like he about to cry, y'all. Hold on. Let me oh Lord have mercy, Jesus. That's why y'all can't focus on the trial, so y'all busy locking folks up. You so busy locking the witness up and trying to lock up the so busy. Hold on, y'all. I can't wait till I get my internet working right so y'all can watch it on the live stream on the other stream.
Can you try to use the mic, please?
Please use your mic so I can hear you. John Boy.
This time, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Wright,
Look at me, love.
it's probably easy. You can. It's probably easier to hear you that way.
Look at Moon Toon, y'all.
Okay, I think I'm on. Your Honor, if it'll please the court, I believe, and I have already sent to the court defendants.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. This is Moon Toon, y'all. YSL Moon Toon. Going back to jail. He looking sharp, clean, and everything. He didn't do what Miss Love told him to do. He didn't do what Miss Love told him to do. His 5 years probation is going right back. That ain't even funny, Lanita. Going right back to jail. But see, God don't like ugly. See, you said you didn't want that attorney no more. You said you didn't want that attorney no more, Moon Toon. See, you said you didn't want that attorney no more, and look who you got. That attorney again. See, y'all young folk got to watch what y'all saying. Watch what y'all do. Y'all don't run nothing.
1 through 6. Defendants 1 through 5, I believe, were already, I think my emails between myself and Ms. Love came into evidence during our testimony.
Came into evidence in the trial of the defendants that are on trial right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
So those are sort of resubmissions
Okay.
of those, but I do think they're already before the court, or the court can potentially take judicial notice of that.
When is your exhibit 6? I think
Well,
I only got
Exhibit
5.
6 is the one thing, and that's just a listing of my emails in December between
Oh,
myself.
that's this one page?
Yes.
Okay, it didn't have an exhibit marker on it, so that's fine.
So succinctly, I thought it best to submit these exhibits. When you look at exhibits 1,
And those are admitted for purposes of this record, which is the probation revocation matter.
thank you, Judge. When you look at exhibits 1 and 2, what you see going on is plea negotiations in this case started on December 27th between myself and Ms. Love. You can see it's in the evening hours, and that's one reason I wanted to make sure that the sort of cover page along with the attachment are part of these exhibits. At approximately 4:57 p.m. is when the email first comes in from Ms. Love. You see that the second one, defendants 2, comes in at 5:06 p.m. and at some point I respond. Those are the only two exhibits or the two drafts which occur on the 27th. However, it's important to note that when you see the response that I send to the email at 5:06, I send that response at 8:42, and I point out specific issues with the draft that need to be revised.
Right. And I
Now,
recall we discussed this during the trial of the.
That's right.
The ongoing trial as well.
yes, Your Honor. And the point I won't belabor it is these revisions you actually see being put into the drafts. So by the time you see defendants 3 and defendants 4,
Mm-hmm. Hey,
note that there's
mother.
attachments updated too. You see that those very revisions that we requested are being put into the actual drafts.
Right.
And ultimately, it was Defendant's Exhibit 4 that if you look on Defendant 6, when the email comes in, it says, use this one. That is the agreement that we thought we were executing on the 28th. And remind you, on the 28th, we're in court. This isn't where I'm at my office. I print it out, look at it, take it to the client like we did on the 27th.
Right.
The 28th,
On the 28th, both you and Mr. Sledge are in person in this courthouse, right?
correct. So the emails, if you notice, I never respond because I'm here. I'm in person.
Right.
Right.
So we would get it and via phone, or if they would give me a draft, to take to him, I would literally go from the conference room back to the holding area. We would go through it, go over it. But the one that we thought was going to be the executed final was the same one that they said on Defendants 4, use this.
But are you testifying now, or are you just recalling for me the testimony from previously during this ongoing?
You better
trial?
talk, brother.
I am asking the court to take judicial notice.
I will take judicial notice of what both you and Mr. Sledge testified to in the trial. I recall it.
Understood. So, ultimately, the last thing that I think we mentioned in our testimony was where we did take issue with some things. We said he'll have a chance to answer the question
Right.
and to explain. Now, there was a big problem, and I've noted in my testimony that number 8 on that version that got signed had been taken out, removed. All of a sudden it reappears and it's there.
See, the prosecutors is slick about that paperwork. That's why the other day Steele and Sharp say they want the original copy, but in Mr. Edelman like, oh well, we don't have that copy right there. So you got the one thing about y'all people, I noticed something. You don't like to read, your attorney. Y'all got to be on y'all job. Y'all making billions of dollars, and y'all need to be on y'all job with paperwork. It's no like, oh, give me the paperwork. Oh, I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Still, you have a job. You got to read. You got to read. You got to find doing a break, doing your lunch break. You got to read. You could see you and him could have sat down and read that paper together. Y'all attorneys are not doing your job either.
Yes, it was tendered. But ultimately, here's the problem. My client has always said he does not know who's responsible for shooting the victim. He never was a participant or heard about planning the murder of the victim.
Well, see, Moon, they sat up there in that courtroom and showed you. They showed you and Lil D. They showed you and Lil D talking yourself. And y'all had weapons in y'all hand. They got y'all on video. Yes, you are. You on video. Everything that was said, what he's saying to protect you is on video that you was involved. See, all of y'all got up there and lied. Include Lil Woody. Something gonna happen to Lil Woody too. They're gonna try to throw some 4011 and 403s and 2s and 1s. Y'all lied. Hate to say it, but y'all lied. But they got Mounk, Tounk, and Lil D. I don't know what they're gonna do with Lil D. They probably don't want to get sued. But all of them, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I apologize. My live stream, I got to work on my internet, and I couldn't do my live stream, my other live stream, but this is live stream. But Moon too, they didn't do this right. You can win this, but you said you were gonna get rid of that attorney. You should have got you another attorney. You should have got you another attorney. That immunity. Okay, y'all remember. Listen, you said, Lil Woody, I don't think so. Hey, listen to me. It's them folk, I'm telling you. He keep coming up. He keep coming up. Don't just remember that. Lanita said something gonna happen. That's all. I'm gonna leave that alone right there. I'm gonna leave that alone. Just remember I said that.
Or number 8 was put into evidence by Mr. Love to the court when it was a knowing statement. She knew that statement was false. That is.
What?
I'm not sure about that. That may be your contention, but
Well, we would contend to the court that where my actual email defendants to clearly denoted that.
Let me tell you something, your attorney. Let me tell you something. The judge is not for y'all. She's supposed to protect the prosecutors. But if she played fair, she would, if you show evidence, you show proof instead of talking, then you can win. But other than that, you better have paperwork, baby. You better have your paperwork showing. See, that's just your job. Just something that you didn't do. You didn't read your notes. Now, I ain't on the prosecutor's side either. But what I'm saying, listen, you didn't do your job. You didn't do your job. And because she knew that y'all don't read, she knew y'all wasn't going to read. Y'all better start reading their paperwork and start taking these paperwork. Oh, I'm going home. Oh, yeah, I'm going to chill. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then you could have looked at that paper on your lunch break if you already knew how the prosecutors was. If you already knew how they were, why didn't you do what you need to do for your clients here? Now, you can't put all that on Love. Now, she may did some trick, but it was your fault, too. I ain't gonna lie now.
it's not. That is up for debate what that denotes.
It is removed.
Didn't I just say that? I just told y'all. If he had his notes, what the judge just said. If you had your notes, then I can do it. He ain't got his note. He said it was removed. Why you ain't got the before and the after notes with you, man? What's wrong with you? Why you ain't got your before and your after notes with you? You ain't no good attorney. Y'all sit up there and let them boys, y'all better stay in school. That's all I gotta tell y'all young boys. Stay in school. Stay in school. Because if he don't have no notes, see, y'all be going to court with your mouth. No, you need to go to court with paperwork. Even if it's removed, you should have kept you a copy of the wrong paperwork and the right paperwork, man. Y'all better wake up, man. Y'all better wake up. Now that man gonna have to do his time. Cause you ain't got no proof what you saying.
And then ends up back in.
That is true.
So.
But your response on your defendant's exhibit to item, what is then item number 4, does not definitively state anything
I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. I don't care, but y'all know people set you up. So by that being his attorney, no, his attorney didn't do his job either. Now I'm gonna have to blame the attorney on this too, y'all. I'm gonna have to blame his attorney. See, I blame his attorney when he first got his paperwork, when he didn't read his paperwork, and they end up bringing that into court. He don't like to read. But you got a clients here. He set his client up because he should have read. Y'all got to do y'all job. It's stuff people now think that they got it going on. They run the world. They run the rules. They run this, they run that. No, you don't. You don't run nothing.
Just said. He said he did not know, as we discussed at the time of the ongoing trial, could have been interpreted in several different ways. But I understand what you're saying. You maintain that the two of you both missed the fact that
Thank you.
You signed, or your client signed, a factual acknowledgement that included item number 8.
Correct.
And then when Ms. Love read it out orally in the court, and Mr. Sledge, one by one, said,
Thank you,
yes,
Mari.
I acknowledge that somehow that didn't occur to you at that point in time either. So I understand what the assertion is. Here's the thing. You seem to be focused almost wholly, if not wholly, on, well, maybe there was a mistake with regard to factual assertion number 8. The issue that I see is that the state has not limited their petition to revoke probation to, he contradicted or he refused to acknowledge during the trial that item number 8. It is the entirety of disavowing factual acknowledgments, etc. And what got disavowed under oath in this trial was far more than just item number 8. It was item number 3, item number 4, item number 5, item number 6, item number 7, item number 8, item number 9, item number 16.
She is.
Then the part 5. Sentencing acknowledgments, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and the paragraph underneath asserting that he's read and that they're true and that he understands that he's had an opportunity to discuss it.
But y'all remember now, they read this out in court. They read this out in court. So I knew he was going to jail. I knew he was going back to jail. I'm afraid Lil D may go back. I'm afraid Lil Whitney may go back. These folk trying to get them locked up because they lied on Young Thug. Y'all ain't looking at the picture. They used Young Thug for an scapegoat without telling him he is an scapegoat. That's what they did. Guess what they about to do with that immunity? They about to change that word. Immunity. They gonna change that word on Woody because they about to go. They're gonna go in them numbers. They're gonna go and start using numbers instead of immunity. They're gonna start. I tell you one thing. I tell him right now. Keep making your money and keep your lawyer in hand because these folks know every trick in the book. And that's how they got Mounk. They ain't got nothing. No, Mounk did some shooting. Just Mounk did some shooting just like Whitney did. Y'all keep watching the trial and I'm gonna keep y'all informed, but just don't forget what I said.
And he voluntarily enters into it, etc., etc.
Voluntary.
So entirely disregard item number 8 of the factual acknowledgments, there are still however many other ones that added up to that the state is still relying upon it. And I don't see how you get around, and maybe you have a way to get around the rest of it, and I'm certainly willing to listen, but that one thing is sworn to in open court
Yeah.
on December 28th of 2022, and then something diametric.
Don't forget now, y'all. 2022 showed is a northern. It's gonna change. That's all I got to say. I got to say the reason why I said that the immunity is gonna change to some numbers because Miss Hilton mentioned yesterday about filing a motion for a change. I'm telling y'all, it's a split. They showed him. He showed is the killer. It's about to be it's about to go down because they telling on themselves. They told on themselves. And see, everything, I was surprised when they told Mounk he can leave. I thought the officer was gonna come in that day and handcuff Mounk. Mounk don't did a whole lot. That was she just told y'all. Not only number 8, but 2, 3, and all of them. All of them numbers. Thank you, Nud. I thought you was already subbed.
Diametrically opposite of that is sworn to under oath back on September 5th of this year.
Right. I got to go back and hear what she just said. See, I be listening to them. I don't know too much about them terms, but I do look them up. Hold up, y'all. Let me go back. Y'all, like I said, y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Come on, talk to them for me, Mon. I appreciate y'all. I try to work my Hold on, I got to hear what she said. Hold on, y'all. I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe now. The reason why y'all know I had live stream, what happened is my internet is not going to play in my rooms. So I'm going to have to get the AT&T. I'm with AT&T. Them back over here to see what going to go on. What's up, Juan? And come in here respectful.
And the paragraph underneath asserting that he's read and that they're true and that he understands that he's had an opportunity to discuss it and he voluntarily enters into it, etc., etc. So even if we entirely disregard item number 8 of the factual acknowledgments, there are still however many other ones that added up to that the state is still relying upon.
And what you said, let me read what you said. You said they won't call a mistrial because of the amount of money and time. Exactly. They already have invested, and that's right, 107 days. And at this point, they rather him be innocent than ever have to go through this trial again. And you are true. You are you are right. You are right. But that's why I was surprised when Mounk walked out that door. I was surprised the way they hit Woody with immunity and everything that Woody said on the stand. It's a lot gonna go on, y'all. It's a lot of trick and some treats in this trial. But Mounk don't have a good attorney. Yeah, prejudice, right. Mounk don't have a good attorney. His attorney is lazy. It's no excuse for that attorney. And they know, somebody know that attorney. They know that attorney wasn't going to read those papers. Now, what I would have been back there doing in court while they had Mounk on stand, I would have been reading that paperwork because people trick you on paperwork. My mama always told us to read before you sign your name. But what we don't do, we ain't reading that. We don't want to read all that. Them people know y'all don't want to read all that at that time. But that's what happened right here with this judge. Not with this judge, with his attorney. He just got a lazy attorney. And Mounk said he didn't want that attorney no more. But look who he's sitting in court with, the same attorney.
I don't see how you get around, and maybe you have a way to get around the rest of it, and I'm certainly willing to listen. But
thank you.
That one thing is sworn to in open court on December 28th of 2022, and then something diametrically opposite.
Well, all of them did that, Judge. All of them did that, Judge. Every judge. So what you gonna do with all them other boys that got on the stand and sat there and said one thing in 2022, and then I told y'all they're gonna change I told y'all they're gonna be doing some flim flamma changing up in this mother sucker. In that case, then some more of them boys might well stay on in jail, finish their little time, and get what? Lil D, you next. Lil D, you next, Lil D. So go on and enjoy your little life, honey, because you said on the stand, you ain't scared of jail. You rather be in jail. You y'all just be talking. Them boys just be talking instead of they be running their mouth. Y'all know how some of them young people do? Be running their mouth and don't listen, saying anything. You sure did.
Is sworn to under oath back on September 5th of this year.
Sure did.
I understand your concerns, Judge. One of the things that
And one thing about Mounk, to tell the truth, you gonna tell the judge that you understand. Mounk know he going to jail, but see the main thing, you said, I understand, Judge. You knew that boy was in trouble. You knew that boy lied in 2022. He sat up there and said, yeah. Okay. And then they do none of that. You knew that before he signed that paper. And they talked to you about that in court. And then he got on stand this year and changed what he said, that agreement. And you sat back there and you didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing, attorney. You would never represent me. I would always stay away from the cab in Fulton County, City of Atlanta jail. I wouldn't dare. You know what's going on. Gonna tell the judge, you understand. Mounk, you going to jail. You about to go to jail 5. You don't care. You don't care. You don't care.
he would be able to explain his answers if he had issues.
Can I ask you a question about that? Is there anywhere in the guilty plea agreement in sentencing of your client in December of 2022 where you reserve that?
Look at him, y'all. Look at him. Look at him. His attorney. He knows. They say he did. Watch what the judge say, Marie. I may say your name wrong. Watch what the judge, that's what the judge charged him for. That's what the judge charged him. That's why I'm here. But let's see. Hold on.
Where anybody, the state, the defense, or the court puts on the record that that's part of the understanding.
It is not in the written plea agreement, no.
All right.
Well, then, if you know it's not in the written, see that, y'all? He know it's not there. He know it's not what he just said earlier to the judge. It's not written nowhere. You can't make the law up. A lot of people is making the law up. They making laws up on themselves by themselves. They making up these laws. They don't believe in the law. See, I listen to the law. I believe in the law. Oh, Marietta. Okay. Marietta. Okay, it's a pretty name.
However, in evaluating my client for the purpose of this hearing, I don't think the state is denying that that is something that it was understood, understanding it's not in the written plea agreement, but it was understood. And the other thing to also take note of, my client, when asked to make himself available to meet with the state, to be prepared by the state, at all times would show up and do that. He was never provided or questioned it with any details, such as, here, let's go over your plea agreement, these factual allegations, what questions.
Okay, look, Marietta, you hear what he just said? Plea agreement. We talking about plea agreement. He had a plea agreement from 2022. Oh, yes, he did. He had a plea agreement back in 2022. Oh, yeah, baby. And when and you is his attorney. You is his attorney, not Miss Love. Miss Love is a prosecutor. You get paid for being his attorney. Even if she didn't go over the agreement, it's your job to read that paperwork. You're getting paid for it. You're getting paid for it.
In other words, what you saw at trial was someone who was now, after what was that, December of 22, was now for the first time being drilled, or asked questions rather, as to the specifics of all the things that he had allocated, all the questions that were going to be asked. There was no preparation of him. So
but it's still your fault for not reading the paperwork. I got to fault you. I have to fault you because you have a client here. Even though Miss Love is not his attorney. Miss Love is not his attorney. You are his attorney. It's your fault. That's why Lil D got rid of his attorney. It's your fault. Stop blaming Miss Love. Miss Love just a prosecutor trying to handle a case. Your job is to read paperwork. See, they know y'all don't like to read. That's why the defense attorney was over there reading that day. Yesterday, on day 146. You better read that paperwork that's coming out of Miss Love's hand. Then you're supposed to take that paperwork, bring it to court. The paperwork that she gave you before in 2022, that's why they put you on stand that day, because they knew you fault. You that's your fault, right? That boy probation gonna be revoked. That's your fault.
Saul was probably frustration on his part at times, and shutting down at times on his part. But it was also part of the manifestation.
It's his attorney, Will.
It's not a lawyer. It's not someone you.
Okay, Will, you say it's the judge's job to not well. Okay, well then, what's the attorney job to do? What is the attorney job? Then I'll come back with you later on.
Is getting questions fired at them, and at some point, I think the court can take note that he literally shut down, and some of what the court saw may be more of a manifestation of being overwhelmed as opposed to trying to purposely change or diametrically say something different than what
That's right.
ultimately he allocated.
And you know what, Marietta, what, you know what? I like the only thing I liked about Glanville in certain parts, he asked them in 2022, Because, we've been on this trial since then. We've been on this trial for a long time. From the beginning. Very, very beginning. Judge would ask these young men, these, and I'm going to say uneducated men, because he knew that they couldn't read, someone couldn't write, someone couldn't read, someone could write. He know that. He know they did not understand the law. He knew that they had an attorney. Well, also Judge Glanville would ask them boys, do you understand? And he asked Mounk Tounk that day, do you understand your paperwork? Do you understand? And he said, yes, sir. Only thing he would think about was getting out of jail.
So, I, in retrospect, wish the state had actually, more than general questions, actually prepped him like you would normally see a witness be prepared and prepped. That did not happen. So you saw a very raw witness recounting things that happened.
Okay. This what the prosecutor did to you. Will said the attorney is supposed to explain the term. That's when we know what the attorney is supposed to do. Okay, we know what the judge's job is to do. That's why I ain't behind the bar. But what I'm saying, he's still sitting here. When the prosecutor prepped him, when did he go back and look at that paperwork and bring it to the meeting where they were sitting there drinking coffee, laughing, kiki and kai, but ain't looking at that paperwork in his face? Okay, Will said the attorney is supposed to explain the terms of the plea, but the judge is not supposed to accept it unless the judge is sure that the defense on the record understand the plea. But that's what the judge thought. Glanville thought that. It wasn't this judge. Glanville asked that boy right there, did he understand? See, what you're saying, Will, is what Glanville did, not Will Taker. Will Taker wasn't the judge at that time. Glanville was the judge. He did do what you said. Still, you didn't read your paperwork. You're not a good attorney for me. And at the Starburg, you're right, Moretta. At the Starburg, he said he didn't understand. He didn't agree. He didn't agree with them then. All the paperwork was a mismatch, and it was all your fault because his attorney fault, because he didn't read his paperwork. Even though they got him a number 8. What about them other numbers? Y'all, we can't keep blaming people when the people who not doing what they supposed to do is wrong. This happened back in 2022. Judge Glanville asked him, did he understand? He said yes. But when Love prepped him, he got confused because what Love was saying, what he would think would be on that paper. He had sense enough more than his attorney to know someone right.
Time ago, and
he sure did.
Necessarily say things consistent with what he said before, but it wasn't simply for a malicious intent or an intent to deceive. There were several factors, is all I'm indicating, that may well
That's right.
Why it was so difficult during his testimony.
All right. Anything else you want to present?
Your Honor, not at this time.
All right.
What? Hold up. I know going well, hold up. I know when she asked you, is there anything you want to say? You said not at this time? Not at this time? This is the time when you're supposed to say everything. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Thank you, True.
Give me a quick rundown of what this defendant's prior history is, including any prior probation violations.
You hear what she said? She about to go over his paperwork, his probation paperwork. I tell you what, y'all. Love got a trick for everybody who she talked to, who sat on that stand. All them in trouble.
And then I guess I know that the probation officer is on here, so I'd probably need to at some point ask that officer if they would like to be heard as well.
Your Honor, we would defer to probation as it relates to, I know they have a full account of his history.
All right, you know what?
Nah, but still, y'all supposed to brought that probation officer should be in that courtroom. That probation officer should be. And this happened, y'all, today. This is what we're going on today. Right, right. Mounk to read the paperwork. Right, Will. So that's his fault. If he did, it's his fault too. It's his fault too. Thank you, Will. If you don't believe in something, you better stop pleading plead guilty. Y'all better open up y'all mouths and look at Lord sitting right there texting. And they ain't even got they don't even have the what you call it in there, the probation officer in the court. She been out there trying to lock people up. That's why she ain't been in that court.
I think I'm still on Zoom. Yeah. And what's the officer's name? John. Oh, it's my regular probation officer from long ago, whom I haven't seen in the last 2.5 months because I've been otherwise occupied.
I hope you wish me here.
Hello, Judge Whitaker. Hello, I'm trying to. Oops. Trump abortion bans.
Yeah, he plead to his crime. He plead to his own crime without a attorney saying nothing. I know these people. Now they sitting there. Now the judge about to talk to his probation, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Hold on for me. The judge about to talk to his probation, but let me see what Will say. Oh, he look like he about to crack it. He know he about to go down in the DM. I just did 20 years fed. And once you cooperate with the state, there's no protection for you unless you have an immunity agreement like Woody. So you really think ain't nothing gonna happen to Woody. You really think that they're not gonna use nothing, they not about to watch and see. They so dirty. Probation officer is not doing her job at all. This is definitely wrong, and the lawyer knows he messed up. Thank you. Now let's hear what this probation got to say. See, I ain't heard from the probation officer. Got the way they doing this, I'm surprised that the probation officer not in here. But that attorney really a big X to me. And this young man don't know. He don't know about the law. He knew it was wrong, but the thing was, he should have looked at the paperwork. When that boy found out that information on his paperwork wasn't right, that's when he found it. Too late now.
Okay, I'm trying to get myself on video. Oh, I know. So that it's not a disembodied voice. Hang on.
Me love. The guy leave me love. Oh,
Hi.
okay.
Hello, Officer Jolly. Hello, Judge.
Love. And I'm so tired of them laughing in this courtroom. I'm so tired of them laughing. Ain't nothing funny when your life is on hand. Y'all better stay out of trouble. That's all I got to say. Stay out of trouble because folk think it's cute and funny, honey. I believe we're going to catch a new charge. But I think they can. Uh-huh. See, I already prayed. I already prayed for that young man. I'm praying for the young man. I wish he would have just stayed in the house like he was doing, staying away from the street. But being in that street gonna like you said is gonna make him catch a case because that's all in the street. It's cases. That's all in the street. Y'all, let's listen to this probation officer.
All right, what is probation's, can you give me a rundown of Mr. Sledge's criminal history? And I'm sure you heard the question I just asked, as well as any prior probation violations.
Well, currently, he'd used his first offender twice, one for DeKalb County, one for Fulton County.
Well, that's
The
lucky.
DeKalb,
Since you're at least supposed to get to use it once, okay.
yes, so the DeKalb County case, 04CR24799, that was theft by receiving stolen property, felon, and a obstruction of law enforcement officer, which was a misdemeanor. That was May 19th, 2005. I'm sorry. He used his first offender. The second case, 04SC23883, that's Fulton County. He used his first offender. That was possession of cocaine, as well as a possession with the intent to distribute cocaine. That was December 10th, 2004. The possession with intent to distribute cocaine in Fulton County was January 3rd, 2014. Again, both times, all three times, he used his first offender. The next case is 15 SC 138994. That is a Fulton County case. That is the gang participation, aggravated sex battery, attempted aggravated sex battery, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, criminal damage first degree, criminal damage second degree, and possession with a firearm by a convicted felon. That was January 10th, 2018.
All right, so given the fact that he had at that point a possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, does that indicate that at least one of those first offenders was not successfully completed? Or are we missing a felony?
One moment.
So you didn't have the boy record pulled up.
That would be correct, Your Honor. In addition, of course, the current case that he is currently on probation on. As far as previous revocations,
So hang on, so the 15 SC, and then this 22 SC case, right? Is there anything
Correct.
between the two of them?
there's nothing in between the two of them now.
Okay.
She that
Happy
runs
birthday,
the.
Marty.
Ooh.
Oh, no, you don't.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to. I'm listening to her read those numbers out.
Unlimited 2% cash back. The Wells Fargo Active Cash
Them
Credit Card.
old cases, some should be erased now.
You could
Hold
spend
on,
your time
y'all.
looking for the perfect side
Let's skip
hustle,
them.
or you could go to Printful.com. Printful empowers you to sell.
This is probation officer, y'all.
Are you looking about prior revocations or prior violations?
Yes, at this present time, I don't see any prior revocations. There was one documentation. It's a little bit, I guess, I'm having a hard time understanding what they meant by it. One moment.
So you ain't been doing your job.
There is a 13 SC 123423 out of Fulton County. It's a VGCSA, possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute, where the defendant received 5 years probation on January 7th, 2014, which would be the predicate or basis for the possession of a firearm by convicted felon. The
I
15
figured there had to be something else there. Okay,
I'm sorry, I should have spoken sooner. I apologize.
appreciate it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the only documentation that I have regarding a revocation just said revoke closed July 16, 2008. Doesn't really show any actual time served or any time being revoked or continued on probation back in 2008. So I'm unsure if that's an actual revocation that was completed.
Okay, well, yeah, it sounds like maybe it was revoked, but it was just wrapped up in something else is how I would take that. I don't know, but, or that that a violation was found, but we don't know what that was or anything like that. All right, so does probation have a recommendation in this case?
Due to the last minute notification of this probation revocation, I will leave that up to the courts to make that decision.
Okay.
So she gonna let the judge make this decision. Oh wait, God, you a probation officer. You ain't got nothing else to say. You gonna end it like that? Like, I'm tired of him, Judge. You can have him, Judge. Do what you want to do to him, Judge. Cause he ain't gonna do right no way, Judge. You get him. I don't care what y'all do with him. That's what she said. Yeah, she said, I'm gonna let you, I want you to lock him up, Judge. I heard what she just said.
I find there to have been a violation as alleged, and again, even discounting the item number 8. What is the state's recommendation?
In full candor to the court, Your Honor, I'm going to leave it, the state is going to leave it in the full discretion of the court. Your Honor is fully aware of the conditions. Your Honor witnessed the testimony and how it affected the trial of the case, and I'm going to let Your Honor be the full steward of deciding what the penalty should be as it relates to all of the time that Mr. Sledge still has remaining on probation.
All right, well, I know that at least, I believe in the petition for revocation, the request is that the entire 30 years be revoked. Is that right?
It's not the
Or
request.
you're just telling me that's what he has at this point, although it can't be all of it, right? I mean, he's
Oh, 30 years? He got 30 more years on probation. He ain't doing nothing else. With him, I just stayed locked up and did most of my time like this other boy did from YSL. He did most of his time, so he could go to that court. He probably had like 5 more years to do. And he could do 5 years of probation. See, that's what they did to Lucius. They let Lucius spend time in jail. I'm sorry, time in jail. And what they did was gave him probation. That's what they did to Lucius. See, Lucius did some of his time. I'm surprised kind of that Miss Love didn't speak. Miss Love didn't need to speak because guess what? She got an attorney there. She got an attorney there to speak for her. She know the rules.
probation for at least a couple of years, and did he serve it? What's left?
It just started on December 8th of 2020.
Well, you asked what left on his probation, Your Honor. Why didn't you ask his probation officer what he have left? Why didn't you ask her? She should have known. Y'all playing, man. Y'all need to stop. You could have asked her that question. Why you asking the prosecutor?
Got credit for the time. I think he was in for 2 years, so he would have 26 and change or 25 and change.
Yeah. Okay, so he got 22 more years to do. Mounk, go on. I know you don't want to go to jail. Nobody wants to go in jail. Man, go on and do your time. 22 years, go do like 15. Go on and do like, I know somebody been in there when they was in there, like they was 17 years old and they 32 now. They live their life in there. But I'm saying, get that stuff off and over your head, man, because y'all ain't gonna do right. You still, y'all don't want to do right, man. Y'all ain't getting younger. Y'all getting older.
The exact number.
At the Department of Community.
Whoo, honey, 22 years of probation. Lord have mercy.
For all of Georgia.
Parole. That's parole, ain't it?
We love what we do.
Hold
And
on,
we'd love
y'all.
for
Let me
you
skip
to join
this.
us. Find out more today.
22 years. Woo, Jesus. I can't go to jail. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to think of the consequences before I do anything. Mm-mm. Sure, there's a lot of time.
That would be 27 years, 7 months, and 8 days.
Oh, that's the look at love. Y'all ain't got to be one thing about you all. You ain't got to be afraid of the prosecutors, okay? She was getting back at him because he made her look like a fool in front of everybody. And she kind of, like you said, in a certain way, they I don't want to say she set him up, but you got to read. she, she will be a prosecutor, not his mama.
All right, thank you. Anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor, nothing further from the state.
Your Honor, to please support it. I understand the court's ruling that there is a violation. Ultimately, I guess to some degree, while it's not clearly akin to a substantive versus technical violation of probation, it is a non-violent, non-new offense kind of violation. And I would say if the court is going to violate my client, it would be more germane to treat it as a technical violation. We have expressed to the court different thoughts and reasons for.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on. Your boy is on probation. He on probation, 27 years. 22, 27, about the same. He can't get in trouble, period. No little probation, no little this, no little that. He can't get in trouble. So you make a, he sitting up here coming. Why do people make, in these days that we live in right now, why are people making up their own court, making up their own law and their own rule? One day y'all gonna wake up and understand that you don't make the laws. You don't make the laws. Probation is probation. If you're not gonna do what them people say do, don't sign that agreement. This is for y'all. This should be educating and educating y'all young men, young people, period. The law is the law, and you can't change the way the law is written in each state. Probation is probation. You violate probation whether you do something little or do something big. Always get somebody to read your paperwork. If you don't agree with that paperwork, you don't understand that paperwork, you get somebody else to read the paperwork. Go to a preacher wife. Go to the school as one of your teachers. As an officer. Can you get somebody to read this for me? And you take that paperwork to your attorney before y'all go sit down and talk to the state. Man, this is for educating purposes too, y'all. Criticism and commenting. This is something that need to be taught to y'all young people. I don't know where their parents been.
The way the testimony came out. We don't know what effect, if any, one way good or one way bad, that has had. But in terms of his violation, I would ask the court treat it more as a technical. He has one grandchild on the way, one that just came early this year.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. See, don't go start the first last. That's how you got him in trouble the first time. It was his mama the last time. It was his mama the last time. Now you about to throw up, make that boy life more miserable. He's a grandfather. But I just had a new grandbaby. See, these are things that you need to think about when you have kids, grown kids, little kids, middle-aged kids. It ain't about you no more. It's about them. Your life Mounk Tounk life supposed to have changed when he was hanging with Young Thug them. He was too old to be hanging with Young Thug them. Okay, you said, do you even understand this? You telling him, oh no. Okay, he's the defense attorney. I know who let me go. Let me keep going. I know that man you're good. I know this case better than you do.
With Ms. Jaquila Freeman. So the point is, he has been staying out of the way. He's been complying with probation. I would ask the court to maybe consider if you want to put more restrictions and make his probation much more of a, not just something he's on, but something that now has more teeth to it because he's been working. He's been taking care of his family. He's staying out of trouble. He's turned that corner. And literally, it was always our hope he wouldn't have to come in and testify.
Well, it's a lesson to learn for you, attorney. Next time you'll read your paperwork. You look like you was in another world when you had your paperwork right there in front of you. Back then, when they was in that court trying to get out of when he was trying to get out. I've been following this case a long time. That's what I said, Easley. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get this mess out the way. He need to do it. And mess it out. That's what he needs to do. And stop playing with his life like that. He ain't getting no younger. He getting older. He got 1,000 of kids. He got a lot of kids. Y'all hit the like button, please. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. But he got a lot of kids. It ain't about him no more. I know he been in the house. He been doing all that. It all because of the paperwork. All because of your doing. The attorney doing.
There was a reason the state allowed this plea to go forward so that he could step away. And in doing so, if you
okay, now you sitting there telling the judge that it's a reason why the reason why the state did this. What's your reason for not reading the paperwork and taking time out to read the paperwork or finding time to read the paperwork? Y'all jobs, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something, and I ain't gonna tell y'all. The job that I had for 22 years caused me to be responsible for 48 over so many kids. And I did my responsibility. And it was hard, but I did it. If it had to take me a minute to sit up and write somebody up and read that paperwork to the parents, that's what I had to do. He didn't catch a new case. Easily, you've been following this case. You don't understand. He didn't read his paperwork. I'm not blaming the Mounk Tounk. I'm blaming the attorney, girl. This came from the attorney not reading his paperwork.
You may remember from his testimony.
It was some things said in the paperwork that the attorney, I ain't on nobody's side, ain't on the little side, I'm on the right side. The attorney did not do his job. Take it or leave it. I don't care. He didn't do his job.
No fault of his, he was a victim of a crime where he was shot multiple times and had to recover from that. So we would ask the court to consider some restrictions first as opposed to custody. And if you do go with custody, we would ask to consider it as a technical type of violation, not a substantive violation in which you would be authorized to give him an even greater sentence. So we would leave it in the discretion of the court, but we're asking again for a non-custodial revocation punishment.
Okay, well, I don't view it as a technical violation or akin to a technical violation, considering the solid.
Listen, I want y'all. I'm not the lawmaker here. I'm not the judge here. I'm not the attorney here. Listen to this judge. Don't listen to these people who run their mouth. Listen to this judge, what this judge is saying right here. Listen. Listen. Well, listen to what she's saying.
That he took when he said that he understood every term.
That's where he messed up at easily. He told Glanville, he told the prosecutor, he told his attorney that he understand everything that was going on in his paperwork. He understood. Now, if this my clients, I supposed to cop that paperwork when I was reading. When I got the paperwork, I should have been reading it. I don't care how long it would have took them to tell me. Love stood there and read that paperwork to them. I got the video. She stood there and read that paperwork. The judge asked him, do he understand the paperwork? He said, yeah, but he said that one of the numbers was changed, one of the numbers was changed, but then he didn't, the agreement, it's a lot of stuff that I'm not going back through this no more. I already explained this one time. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Go back to what Northern said. When the judge said, when Glanville asked, you said, man, do you understand? That young man, Moontu, said that during the time, he ain't listened to no paperwork. He wanted to get out of jail. That's what he said. This is where we are. That agreement paper. He said it. I didn't.
The plea agreement, factual acknowledgments, and sentencing acknowledgments, and understood, and in fact, orally answered that he understood when both asked by the prosecutor and the court at his plea hearing. That failure to abide by any of the terms would constitute a violation of the agreement, and he was notified that the entirety of his probation could be revoked. I do appreciate the fact that this particular violation is a non-violent violation.
Right.
But I also appreciate the fact that the way Trump is talking about
I like that. I like judge don't want him locked up.
Cutting Social Security.
But they put it in the judge law hand. They put it in the law hand. She might not hit him hard. I already know what she gonna. She might not hit him hard. But if it's something that y'all don't understand, hold on, y'all.
Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more.
And it go back to what you said, True. Hold up. It go back to what you said. It was a setup mentally. It was a setup mentally, but it's up to us to read and take our time to read our agreements. And he had a attorney at that time. When that judge asked him, do you understand? I don't care how bad you want to get out of jail. If you don't understand, you better open up your mouth and say something. I hate to see somebody go to jail. I hate to see them go to jail. And he doing good, and he got grandkids. Just go and do what you got to do, baby. Go and do what you got to do. Go and do what you got to do.
Some of the many why this could have occurred include the fact that there is just not a proper regard for the judicial system and the seriousness with which an oath in court needs to be taken. I actually view this much more akin to perjury, frankly, than a technical violation. And the sentence for perjury.
Now, the only thing getting me about this situation right here, Your Honor, you have had 43, the same age as my daughter, but she got him by 2 years. You have had detectives, some officers, but detectives, and people who claim to be detectives come in there in your courtroom and lie under oath. Now, don't go just locking him up for saying that under oath, because what he do? I mean, he did. Y'all overread a paper. This says something about overread a paperwork, but don't go there with this. In this case, then it's what's the name just said today? Mr. Sprinkle just said today that I'm not no detective. At first, he could claim he was a detective. Then he was with those detectives. He's not a detective. He said, I'm not a detective. I'm just a prosecutor. Boy. There's so many lines be going on in the courtroom right here. If you're going to go that route with him, hey, y'all defense attorney better get on y'all P's and y'all Q's.
Is up to 10 years. I am going to revoke 5 years of Mr. Sledge's probation. And Mr. Sledge, I am sympathetic to the fact that you have generally stayed out of trouble, and I want to commend you for that. And I really hope that this revocation doesn't set you back. But we've got to take.
Got to do 5 years. Gonna do them 5 years, baby. Gonna do them 5 years. Cause these years going by fast. Cause December almost here. December is almost here. Go on and do your time, and then speak to your children on the phone. Stay out. Just stay doing it. If they understand, just gonna get that out of the way, baby. Time gonna fly.
Seriously, the court system. So that's the sentence of the court. I find there to have been that violation. I'm revoking 5 years.
And he will be continued on probation, Your Honor?
And reinstate the balance. Thank you.
Might I ask, is it possible for my
Oh my God.
I think y'all knew when you came in here that this was a strong possibility. So, no.
They sure did. His attorney knew he was gonna get locked up. You knew that, attorney. Don't even go there with me. I'm not feeling sorry for nobody. You knew that. You knew that. Mounk, don't lose it. Don't lose it.
I'm sorry. All right, court is adjourned.
Bye, Mounk. Do your 5 year, granddaddy.
Yes, thank you. Good to see you. All right.
Y'all, this should be a lesson to all y'all young guys. And Will, I want to thank you easily, Northern and my and True. And let me see who else I skipped somebody. Will. I and those Marilla. Marilla. I want to thank y'all for being here today. And I want to thank those who was watching. Y'all, we got to get them lights up. And then, like I said, what my mom just told me what I need for to get my string yard to working. But I want to say this. This should be a lesson, y'all, for any young guys out here in the street. No matter how young and how old you are, read your paperwork. If you're not a reader, go get somebody who know how to read your paperwork. My brother used to bring his paperwork to me. If I didn't understand the paperwork, well, my auntie was a lawyer. You find somebody. Because these attorneys ain't hitting on dimes, nickels, and quarters. They don't even have read the paperwork themselves, y'all. This is your girl, Funny at the Grandmama Lanita. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to the channel. Cause we keep it real over here. Like I said, I'm working on my stream yard. What not the stream yard, but the internet. And also, hey, merch. We got some merch, beautiful merch to give y'all. Hey, join the channel. Ain't but $2.99. Y'all pay $8 for gas. Come on. Shout out to my mom. Shout. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.